Hello, and welcome to my week ahead recording for the week of the 13th to the 19th of May, 2024. I'm Bridget from Bridget's Astrology, and thanks for watching. So this week we've got some huge things happening. So we've got the Sun conjunct Uranus and Jupiter. We've got Mercury changing into Taurus. We've got Venus conjunct Uranus, Mars conjunct the North Node. So many things pushing us forward and urging us on. All right, so let me share my screen and we will just get into the week. Okay. All right, so Monday. So Monday, we have the Sun conjunct Uranus at 7 p.m. and the moon is going to be in Cancer for most of the day. I think it goes into Leo. Let me just get the right page up here. For the 13th. Yeah, it goes into Leo at 8:30 in the evening or 8:36 in the evening. So for most of the day, we've got it's a bit of a push-pull experience. All right. So we've got Mars coming up to the North Node here. So in general, our energy is pushing us towards these future potentials and these new paths and experiences that we've been going through, especially because of that Sun conjunct Uranus later on in the day. But as far as the moon goes, it could be a little bit of tension. But if we are thinking about it and we know what to look for, we should be able to sort of just flow through it quite easy. So that moon is square to Mercury at 3 p.m. But at the same time, we've got a sextile to Jupiter. So that's why I was sort of saying, if we do have this awareness of what's going on, bigger picture, like everybody is getting challenged. And the more you fight change, the pricklier it's going to be. So if you're just going with the flow, allowing Uranus to innovate and change your life for the better, then awesome. All right, what else was there for that? Oh, also the moon is also coming up to oppose Pluto. It's actually at 12:50 on Tuesday morning, but we've got that experience where things are sort of starting to become uncovered, or we're seeing things that may have once been hidden. So, I mean, at least we've got Mercury off Chiron now. That third and final hit of Mercury Chiron, it at least let us acknowledge that those things happened and we got this experience from it. And as individuals, we're stronger, more resilient. But also, when we have a look at the stuff in Taurus, we've also grounded into a different sense of reality. And new sense of reality would have worked just as well because of that Sun Uranus stuff happens. So if you do start to feel a little bit overwhelmed, while the moon's in Cancer, we can just give ourselves a little bit of a cuddle, and calm ourselves down. Because like I said, there's push-pull experience, expose things, changes in direction. But then like once that moon moves into Leo at 8:30, we could be a little bit more self-assured and ready to be seen and speak our truth sort of type of experience. All right. So and again, that Sun Uranus experience is at 7 p.m. So watch for what changes are happening in your life and just accept those. Okay, so let's move forward to Tuesday. I think that was pretty much it. Yes. All right, so Tuesday. Now, the moon is in Leo, so we are probably getting way more comfortable with the changes that are happening. Now, that Venus sextile Saturn happens at 6 a.m. So as you can see here, it's a nice chunky blue line, which means it's, the bolder the line, the more exact the transit. So Venus in Taurus, she's full of self-worth. She knows her value. She's very comfortable. And a sextile is, things, the cogs are turning well. And of course, Saturn in Pisces, we've been doing the work in that subconscious realm. And so we're starting to see the benefits from it, or we're starting to see the plan becoming enacted, practical and sensitive, but also stable and enduring. Okay, so what we have in our heart is actually starting to, we're seeing the effort for we're seeing the reward for our effort. And that's such a Saturn thing. Okay. So that's awesome. What else did I say? Yeah, today you may feel the courage required to get the ball rolling. And once you see progress, there is nothing that is going to stop you. All right. So that moon Pluto experience, like I said, that was at like 12:50, obviously Australian Eastern time. I'm in Tasmania. So we might get to sleep through that moon opposition Pluto this month. And that's not a bad thing. All right. So let's move forward to Wednesday. I feel like I'm going to sneeze. Okay, now Wednesday, we're going to calm down a little bit. All right, so Wednesday we've got there's a few squares happening. Okay, so we've got the moon square the sun, causing a little bit of tension or reluctance is the word that just came out then. And this is the first quarter square. So the moon is actually growing in light. So it could be that we're moving past something. All right. So even new things, we have to allow them to sort of come into our thoughts, and then we have to decide that yes, we're going to do that thing. And then, yeah, first quarter square. All right, so the moon is also going to be square Venus and Uranus. So because all of those guys are together, that's later on in the day. But there's also a trine to Chiron. So if there is any sort of, like I said, reluctance to do something, it should pass. Or like I said, if you're just okay with it and you're making it more of an awareness of something, maybe that resistance, then that trine to Chiron might allow you to see whether that reluctance is connected to something previously. And as once you're like, oh, there's that thing. Okay, I can move on now. All right, so now in the words I did write that a great leader knows that there is a time to advance and there is a time to retreat and gather our strength. So assess how you feel and act accordingly. It's okay to change your mind regarding what choices you have made in the past, and it's fine to take a couple of minutes to just gather yourself if you have to just continue on during the day. So that's the 15th. So no major things this week, but like pretty much every day has got something. All right, so let's move forward to Thursday. Now, Thursday, Mercury moves into Taurus at 3:05 a.m. All right, so the moon also moves into Virgo at 7:33. So straight away, we've got, Virgo is ruled by Mercury. So the difference was when we had the moon in Gemini just a couple of days ago, it was being ruled by Mercury in Aries. Now we've got the moon in Virgo, which is analytical data, assessing the situation, self-care, healthcare, um, chores, service to others, but now being ruled by a Mercury that gets to just chill out for a second. The whole time, I think it was the 10th of March, it moved into Aries, and it's been on the go since then. The poor thing, it had that retrograde phase, and it's just been like running on adrenaline, literally, because Aries is the adrenals. So now Mercury can calm down and it can ground and it can speak and it can just chill out on the lounge a little bit and be methodical. And, the moon in Virgo, very methodical, very analytical. All right, so today, being Thursday, we want to focus on our thoughts and ask yourself if you're at your best right now. So there's that self-care, healthcare principle as well. So, and then I said, do you need some self-care? What is coming up and does it have any subconscious meaning to you? All right. So we also have on Thursday, we've got the moon trine Mercury. So that's good. We're getting those thoughts happening. Again, the methodical, stable, structured, one step at a time type stuff. But there is an inconjunct, all right? So adjustment required to Pluto at 11:30 a.m., as you can see right here. And remember, an inconjunct is finding that sense of strength and stability from your core. Okay, we have to brace our core. We have to be very strong on the inside to adjust to any of the things that Pluto is bringing up for us. All right, so Thursday, focus on your thoughts and just grab some quiet minutes to analyze what's happening and dial down the stress and come back to center. Okay, so a really nice day. Now, in addition to that, oh no, I've already said that. Mercury moves into Taurus at 3:05. Okay, all right, let's go forward to Friday. Okay, so now Friday is the 17th, and in the morning we have a few tense or more tense aspects. All right, so we've got the Mercury here at 12 degrees of Virgo coming up to in conjunct, all right, so tension adjustment required to Mars and the North Node. Now Mars is doing great heading towards the North Node. We're actually, moving towards those desires, but the moon in Virgo is like, oi, let's just stop and have a look at what we're doing. And so rather than, if we continue to sort of assess as we go, you can pick up any mistakes or analyze any details that need a little bit of adjustment as you're going, rather than getting to an end of a project and then like a retrograde, you have to go all the way back to the beginning and then all the way back again. So we just want to keep assessing as we go. All right. So heads up for getting irritated. So there's also the opposition to Saturn. So we might be pressuring ourselves to get it done. Both of those things, Saturn in Pisces, he's in our subconscious and he's spurring us on to be disciplined and direct. But the Virgo moon here is just like, finally being able to rest a little bit. But again, that finicky, picky. So, okay, so just if you feel some pressure, just remember to take big, deep breaths, because if there are some setbacks, it might be because, as usual, you don't know what is happening in the background. The universe might be still developing something over here that you need down here. So we just want to sort of big, deep breaths. Don't get irritated with people. All right. So, and another point of that contention is the Mercury square Pluto at 5:30 p.m. All right. So Mercury's like, calm down. And Pluto's like, but we need to transform everybody. And Mercury's just like, dude, all right, boundaries. All right. So, uh, blah, 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 blah. Okay, the desire for stability versus the need for freedom. Power struggles and easing into change are another thing to be considered, but you could go for deep introspection, right? Like I said, Mercury's sitting on the lounge now, taking a breath. He's still only at 1 degree, and Pluto's like, dig deep, and Mercury's just like, oh my God, calm down. So you could just have a look at those challenges internally and just, ask yourself, what's the bigger picture here? Pluto just wants me to, be as fast as I have been in Aries, but no, I just want to take a breather. All right, so just heads up for Friday, getting irritated. Okay, so let's move forward to Saturday. Okay, so Saturday we have, sorry, what day is Saturday? The 18th. Okay, Saturday we have Venus conjunct Uranus. All right, now this is awesome. All right, so we have Moon in Virgo conjunct Lilith in Virgo. All right, so there might be some things that you are allowing to be spoken that oh, I'm feeling feminine values or specific details that, it's okay for you to be fussy about specific things in your life. If you want something done a certain way, then you're allowed to ask for things to be done specific ways, right? That was just something I hadn't written down, but it definitely came up as you can be as fussy as you like. All right, so blah 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 Saturday. So start your day with a plan. Or actually, so with this Mars coming up to looks so close to becoming conjunct, get some exercise in. If there is any sort of frustration left over, get some exercise in and get that energy moving. All right, so with Venus coming up to conjunct Uranus, again, she is full of self-worth, and Venus and Uranus just wants to change things for the better. But it also requires us to challenge what our sense of stability and security looks like, because we could be stuck in a rut. We could be doing things a certain way because that's the way it's always been done. And Uranus, we've had that change. And he could be like, but what about if you try it this way? So we could be looking also at unconventional relationships. being challenged to get uncomfortable, and but it could also look like you completely changing a relationship because it doesn't suit you anymore. So watch for breakups. And this could work in alignment with financial independence. So I hope you don't break up and have financial independence because you're not with a partner, but it could look like that. A disruption to financial security, maybe. All right, so just heads up. Okay, but at least at the same time, we do have this Sun conjunct Jupiter. So we've got that good Jupiter juice blessing us with all of its benefits and giving us a sense of awareness and the bigger picture as well. Like, well, there's a story up there. What is the story saying? So, okay. Was there anything else? Oh, so yeah, so at 8:20, the moon moves into Libra. All right. So the evening could look like with Venus conjunct Uranus at 9:40 and the moon moving into Libra at 8:20. Maybe you could go out and try a different restaurant or go and have some fun, sparkly fun with Uranus. Yeah, the main one that I got for that one was go and try a cultural food that you've never tried before. That was, Uranus in Taurus. Venus wants to eat. Let's go try something different. All right. And let's move into Sunday. All right, so Sunday we have this beautiful Venus Jupiter Sun conjunction that is actually at 4:12 a.m. Now, the moon is opposing, so the moon in Libra is opposing that Mars and North Node. So as you can see here, we've got Mars and the North Node at 14 degrees. We've got Uranus and Venus at both at 23 degrees, and then Jupiter and the Sun both at 28 degrees. And then we've also got the moon in Libra coming up to conjunct that South Node. So in the words I've written, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Well, we should be, because we've got at least something different happening today. We've got those three beautiful conjunctions that I just spoke about, and the moon in Libra letting go of the heavy things. All right. So accept that you do deserve all of the awesome changes that you are pushing yourself forward to find that purpose, that life path. And at the same time, we're also moving towards mental health and well-being. That Mars North Node moving towards that Hygeia is us doing the right things, making the effort, getting brave and courageous to do those things, whilst Venus is like, okay, let's do something different, and Jupiter and the Sun going, okay, oh, we get it. We get it. And then the moon, our emotional baggage, we're letting that stuff go because we do deserve the awesome changes that are coming our way. So I hope this week, let me just stop my share. Okay, so I hope this week you do feel all of these amazing things that are happening. Like I said, get outside your comfort zone. There's change happening. The more you fight it, the more that cattle prod is going to get you in the butt. So, yeah, that's it. So as usual, if you would like a reading, then you can find me on Lifetime to Level Up on Facebook, or you can get any of my socials. I'm on TikTok sometimes, or Instagram, or you can go to my bridgetsastrology.com.au website, click the link button, the booking button, and book a reading with me. I love them. So take care, and I will see you next week.